Good afternoon and welcome to week 4 video session. Today I would like to discuss the problem with internal thefts and countermeasures that employers can take to hopefully prevent and deter some of the problems that they face within their own companies. Internal threats and countermeasures. Today we're going to talk about internal theft, some of the management countermeasures that can be taken, confronting employee about theft, integration and open architecture, access control methods, some types of locks that can be used, and the types of intrusion detection sensors that are out in the market today. And also, you haven't gone anywhere where you haven't found a camera looking at you, or a camera that can be used to record what is happening in the area where you're at. Typically you see a control room in a large store or a business that looks sort of like this, where there's security personnel monitoring and observing what's going on in an area. This is generally what has happened in the past. Not that effective, because you can notice the number of cameras. You have 4 eyes looking at it, and that's about it. It's difficult to maintain an accurate picture. Some places, as you've found when you're doing your other project, that people depend on locks, alarm panels. Card access is big in the market these days. So internal loss focuses on threats from within an organization. Crimes, fires, accidents, workplace violence, all equals productivity loss. If you're working within an organization, productivity is the key component for the bottom line, whether your business makes money or not. So productivity, even in the security realm, is vital. What causes theft of time in an area? Loafing, leaving early, abuse breaks. These all prolong work to create overtime, and again, overtime takes away from the bottom line. In your on Blackboard, you'll find an extra credit assignment that there are 3 businesses that you can look at: a lumber company, a clothing manufacturer, and a research facility. All have various needs, different needs to maintain security of their product and information. Very different from a lumber company to a research facility on how you would want to secure information and product. In your extra credit assignment, you're part of a company that just bought all 3. You're the security specialist, so you have to recommend modifications to improve internal loss prevention. The businesses that you'll be looking at: Woody's Lumber Company. You can read this for yourself in your extra credit, but basically they've had some problems in the past where customers park their cars, the way the business is aligned on the inside. You've all probably been to a lumber store where you pay for your item, then you drive to the back, they load up your truck. You can see how this could open itself to employee thefts very easily. The shirt manufacturing business, laid out a little differently, but you can see employee parking in several areas around the store or around the business. The way the business is lined out on the inside, where the dumpster's at. But you can see that it's a pretty fair-sized business, 425 employees, and how it's divided, the business when it's open, and some of the firefighting equipment they may have. So, and you can see that one physical inventory is conducted each year. And the third and last business is a computer lab where basic research is done on products, mostly online through the use of computers. But they've had some problems with competitors stealing their product information, some of their research. And you can see it's a much smaller place where they have only 33 people, research director, assistants, scientists, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Employees work a mixture of shifts each month, so, and everybody has a key to get in because of it being open 24 hours a day. So if you decide to do the extra credit, take a look at the businesses, select 2 of them, and then decide on what 10 items that you would probably look at, and then your top 3 items. Let me know why you picked those top 3 as to be the focus of how you would improve security at those. In different places, no matter how you say it, theft is theft. So no matter how you say it, theft is theft. So why do employees steal? You had an article that you looked at for this week. Some of the 2 major causes of theft are personal problems that people would have, such as gambling and any addiction that they may have, and then the environment they work in. Do they feel treated fairly or not? Some of the other personal problems, they may have financial problems. There may be some domestic problems between the husband and wife. Drug abuse problems. Our culture is very aware of those that can happen. Gambling problems, very common to the industry, and if this is a problem with someone, you don't see it on the surface, they may be prone to cause you more problems than others. The environment, again, poor examples of management. Employees observe managerial illegalities. If they see that, then they tend to do the same thing. If you have motivation and you have opportunity and you rationalize what you're doing, very easily can cause theft in the workplace. How do people steal? There's hundreds of ways that people steal. The easiest is hiding something under your clothes, collusion, being knowing someone who works in a place who gives you an extra discount, or the security people and the security people look the other way as you steal. But you'll see there's several reasons that you can take a look at in your book. Some measures that management can take. You can have management support of the countermeasures you want. They can be effective. Internal, external relations, we had talked about in previous chapters. Effective planning and budgeting. Internal, external relations. Job applicant screening and employee socialization is an effective way to prevent problems. Accountability, accounting, and auditing effective ways to keep theft to a minimum. Policy and procedural controls. For example, a policy before trash is taken out, loss prevention might check it. And you can have signs explaining your policies, how they're enforced, explaining to the employees exactly what's expected. Some countermeasures that they can continue to take. A toll-free number and rewards system can work. I know that had been implemented at a place where I was working, a major corporation. When it was downsizing, they instituted a free number that you could call if you thought there were people who were abusing the system. Property losses, to prevent those, of course you can have a nice system of closed circuit televisions. You can mark the property. You can engrave property. A lot of places are putting barcodes on items. Then again, some of the measures they can take that might help them if things do lose, get lost, stolen, is they can have insurance or some bonding on it. But sometimes confrontations are inevitable. If you have a good reason to believe someone has stolen something, you may want to talk to several employees. So if you're going to do that, you must follow certain guidelines, and the main key to it is that if you're going to confront an employee, you have to be fair with every employee, but you have to be firm, meaning that you have to enforce certain policies of the company. So some of the guidelines that you want to be following when you're discussing employees who may be involved in something. One, you have to do a thorough investigation and be certain what has happened. Know the people who are reporting it to you are reliable. Show the intent that the item was owned by the company, was removed by the person that is accused, and if an arrest has not been made, the suspect, ask the suspect to come with you for an interview. You can't demand that they come. There are other ramifications within the company if a person that you wish to talk to ignores you, does not want to be involved with you. You can, there are ramifications again that with his supervisor. So most people will, if you ask properly. When you're talking to an employee, if you're talking to them, and again, this isn't too far-fetched because I've had to do it several times. You don't accuse people. You want to ask an explanation of what they did. You want to keep a very accurate record of time, date, location, nature of what you're talking about with the employee, because it probably will come back to haunt you at some point. Never threaten anybody. Never detain anybody if they want to leave. Again, this is a voluntary investigation. Never touch anyone or reach in their pockets. And always ask permission to search their belongings. Again, these belongings, you're not a police agency. You have to get permission to search their belongings. Again, depending on the policy of the company, sometimes there are companies where everyone leaving is subject to search, and their items that they carry may be also be searched. It has to be understood and be some sort of agreement. If you're talking to someone, always have a witness. People are going to say you